Hawks fans. In the words of Shang Tsung, it has begun. We are officially on the countdown to the NBA draft. And in this video, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is a serious risk. It can be a serious risk for the Atlanta Hawks if they choose the wrong big man. We have a new report out about the Hawks and their draft needs and also who they take at 13 and 22. And today we're going to break down this video because it is a serious risk. Which guy am I talking about? You know I'm going to get into that. But first and foremost, welcome back to Hawks Digest. Of course, I am Chris Tip Moore. And hey, take off your shoes, leave on your socks. We're going to get into this report. And hey, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I enjoy the fact that we are taking two centers, but one center is more risky than the other. And you know, right before I get into it, you know what I got to do. Thank you for everybody who is a part of Hawks Digest, making us one of your first listens. We thank you so very much. And thank you to everybody who has helped us get over 1,600 subs. Salute to each and every last one of you. If you are not a part of Hawks Digest just yet, the subscribe button is right there. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get all our videos in the algorithm and you can be a part of this Hawks Digest family, guys. So, this is a mock draft video. Of course, we got to talk about it. What is going on at 13 and 22? Well, guys, you already know I got you covered. I got you covered. Derrick Quin. Derrick Quin is being brought up at number 13 for our Atlanta Hawks. Now, of course, measurements at the combine is saying that he's 6'9", but I believe with barefooted, he's like just right at 6'9", like 6'8", 6'9", 245, wingspan of 7 feet, standing reach over 9. Also, vertical jump was 28. Yeah, that's not good. I'll just say it, just being honest with you guys. I mean, he didn't help himself at the NBA Combine, okay? He registered the slowest sprint time since 2022 and ranking second to last in lane agility, shuffle, run, and both vertical jumps. Now you're starting to see Derrick Quin start to slide, guys. It's never good when you start to see a player slide, especially when they had this guy going in the top 10. It was so many mock drafts that I seen to where they had Derrick Quin not going to the Atlanta Hawks, mainly because he was in the top 10. Now in 36 games, he averaged of 16 points, 9 rebounds. It's a field goal percentage over 50. His offensive versatility is there. Like, I can't even deny it. Derrick Quin, he can pick and pop. He can, like I said, he can knock down that mid range. He has he's very skillful with the basketball. Just period. Nice touch around the rim. There are things to like about him. He has intangibles. Some people were comparing him to Nikola Jokic about just how he's able to have that touch around the rim. You know, even though he's a big man, he has that soft touch and that high playmaking abilities. All those things are there. The thing about it is I like the fact that he's rebounder. He has rebounding prowess, basketball IQ, can put the ball on the floor, all that stuff like that. He has it all. But his athleticism, he looks kind of stiff. I'm not gonna lie to you, he does. He doesn't look fluent, but I mean, of course, he's a big man, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? They consider him as a center. Some would consider him as a power forward. Defensive mobility, I don't think is all the way there. Like if there's a lot of switching going on, I think that actually would hurt Derrick Quin. And honestly, perimeter shooting, I've seen him knock down threes for Maryland, but is that his game? I don't think so. I think he is not an effective floor spacer. This is a serious risk taken on Derrick Quin because he is a player, he is a baller, but I'm thinking about also like the cons to him as far as like the defensive scheme. You think about him being able to be switchable. I think that teams would try to take advantage of Derrick Quin on the defensive end. Then you think about this too. Is this the guy that we want behind a Yuka Okongwu or trying to put them on the floor at the same time? It's like really he's more of a skillful Yeka Okongwu. I'm not trying to be like that, but when you think about it, I mean, he can put the ball on the floor. He can do similar things. He has to work on the three. So these are all similar things that a Yeka had to do, and they're around the same height. Now, Yeka is a little bit shorter, but they're still around the same height. This is not a 7 footer or anything. I just have to say, I mean, as far as like fitting with the Hawks, he would provide interior scoring. You think about the half court games. This I think Derrick Quin, out of all the guys I'm about to talk about, I think Derrick Quin can break zone the best out of these three. But especially with his being able to his touch around the rim and interior scoring. Also can be a secondary playmaker with the passing skills. Everything can be able to do, like I said, like a pick and pop as well, because he can shoot down, he can knock down the mid range at a decent level as well. But of course, like I said, those are pros and cons to him. I think Derrick Queen is will be a serious risk if you take him, because there are other guys that I do like over Derrick Queen. Not saying that he's not a baller. I'm just thinking about for the Atlanta Hawks and the fit. I probably wouldn't go Derrick Queen. Just being honest. Moving on to my next guy. Now this guy's a fit for me. Max Raynaud, man. Maxim Raynaud, 7 foot, 7 footer. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, he showed out. Okay, at the combine, showed out. Showed some things that you really didn't think that he could do. Before the combine, there were some people that had him going in the second round, like probably like back end of the lottery, second round. But after his entire season, after his 3-point shooting production, honestly, some scouts have him rising, and I can see it. I can really see it. So maybe I know that the Atlanta Hawks, they have the Atlanta Hawks taking him at 22. There's a good possibility that Max will not be at 22. His stock is slowly rising, and this guy right here is a player that you can bring in from day one and some put him on the floor. Now, barefoot, he's 7 foot. So he's over 230 pounds with almost a 7'2" wingspan. Standing reach is well over 9. Max vertical jump higher than Derrick Queen's at 32. So I mean, he has some athleticism, some liabilities, but we're going to get to that in a second. In 32 games, though, he averaged 20 and 10, shot 34% from three. I mean, blocked out nearly near 1.5. It's about nearly blocked 2 shots. I'm just saying his shooting range. My thing is shooting almost 35% at 7 feet is already yes please. Okay, 3-point shooting can stretch the floor. Those are things that the Atlanta Hawks want to do. They like to do. Quin, Snyder, etc. You know that. The rebounding, you already know his size and positioning is going to contribute to that. Again, he had a double-digit rebounding average. The basketball intelligence is there as well. He makes smart plays. He doesn't undermine his teammates. He will pass the ball. He understands team dynamics. He wants to play team ball. Okay. Max Raynaud, now as far as like his defensive ability and his athleticism, like I said, it could be a little question. Again, this is somebody else that you would not want to be getting multiple switches on, because like just imagine like quicker guards, like somebody like a Darius Garland, or somebody just like a quicker guard, Jalen Bronson. All those guys that are quick like that, they're probably going to leave Max in the dust. Okay, but but it's a lot of people that get left in the dust by those players anyway, who are not Max's size. So but basically what I'm saying is he's not ideal on the perimeter, but inside the interior, I'm going Max all day. Physicality, of course, he's going to have to get a little more. Going to have to get up off me. Going to have to get a little more get up off me on him. And because of course we have more robust centers, what I'm saying, in the league more so than what Max has really been used to. So of course, all right, now let's talk about the fit. The fit, of course, would be defensive matchups. I just said that. Development curve, adjusting to the NBA's physicality. He's going to have to do that. I mean, we'll see how he would do if the Atlanta Hawks would take him. How he would do in the first season. He may have to do exactly, what young guys do in the off season, and that is go work out, try to, improve on muscle, all this stuff like that. Something like what Chet Holmgren had to do. So just take that in consideration as well. But this guy can definitely space the floor. You don't have to worry about that. The shooting lanes are there. Also, for slashers, he doesn't congest the paint because he can pop out and shoot the ball all over the floor. Also, I would also say, his versatility because he can play inside, he can play outside, he can break the zone as well. Max Raynaud is a very talented big man, and for the Atlanta Hawks, we need that. We need some people that's going to be able to show their skills alongside Trae Young, alongside Jalen Johnson, Zaccharie Risacher, etc., etc. You know, so that's my take on those two guys. I know I've been kind of just going into like a deeper dive, but we're getting closer to the NBA draft. So now is the time. Like I said, it has begun. It's the countdown to the NBA draft. I will have to say this too, guys. You know how I normally like to do for these draft videos. If you guys, have been staying with me, so of course I have to go with my tips pick. And this guy, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm mad, y'all. I'm mad at me. I'm mad at Tip. I'm mad at Chris Tip more because I said something before and I already don't went back on it. Guys, I am starting to fall for the game of Rashir Fleming. I am starting to fall for it. What the Temptation said, made up in falling in love. Yeah, all that stuff right there. I'm telling you, because this guy, barefoot, 6'8", he's a fluent mover. He can move at that size like y'all, like he's a guard. Like, okay, like he has a 7'5" wingspan. Yes, he weighs 230. 232. Max vert is higher than, than both of the guys that I just previously talked about. He's almost at 33 on the max vert. Cool. In 35 games at St. John's, he did average 14 and 8. Almost 2 assists. Had some blocks, had some steals. Field goal percentage 53%. 39% from 3, y'all. Free throw percentage 75. Of course, his defensive versatility, it impresses me, man, because his wingspan allows him to be able to have that agility to guard guys on that perimeter. He can help out. He can switch with, like imagine him and Jalen Johnson on the perimeter together, or imagine him and Zach Risacher, him and Dyson Daniels, him, Dyson, and any of the combination of any of those guys that I just said. It makes you better defensively. You guys can be able to switch on that wing more with Rashir Fleming. Shooting efficiency, a 39% three-point shooter from behind the arc. Yes, please. I'm sorry, like we need shooting, point blank, period. And he adds to valuable spacing. Yeah, again, it's his athleticism. He has it there. He's a fluent mover. I love the technicality to his shot. He is a very technical sound type player, and I love his mechanics. If you just see his shooting motion, that is some natural. I mean, of course, you have to work on it, but that is some natural shooting ability. I will say that. Now, staying on shooting, is he a shot creator? Nah, I don't see a lot of that. He has it in him, but is that like necessarily like from what I've seen, is that his game? I haven't seen a whole lot of that, but I mean that's areas where you can improve. I love the drills that I've seen, to the fact with him being able to dribble the basketball. Honestly, out of all 3 guys, I would go as far as the dribbling goes. I would probably go Fleming, then Quin, then Max. As far as just being able to, being able to handle that basketball. Again, like I said, not a shot creator. Experience. He didn't play like some of the best competition in the world. Of course, he coming from the what they would consider a mid-major program. So take that in consideration. People may be concerned about his transition to NBA competition, and it may require an adjustment. May have to go down to College Park. Never know. Either way it goes, let's talk about the fit. Let's talk about the cons. We would try to, the thing about Rashir Fleming, we would have to carve out a role for him, because you think about it, he's 6'8", 6'9", with shoes on, so he's going to be, and he can move, he's going to be like a wing defender. Okay, he's going to be that, and we already have Zach. Is he coming in behind Zach? Is he coming in with Zach? Is he going to be playing with next to Dyson Daniels? You know what I'm saying, at the 3. I mean, you know what I'm saying, with Jalen Johnson being at the 4. It's like, okay, where do you want to use Rashir? But that's not a bad thing because he has the versatility to where you can put him in different places. Also, you know what I'm saying, as far as like consistency, we have to have a consistent player because, you know what I'm saying, the NBA is rigorous. And, you know what I'm saying, it's a journey. It's not just a short trip. It's 82 games, and we're going to have that consistency from Rashir if the Atlanta Hawks were to go his route. Now, I ain't going to lie. His skill set complements the Hawks very well, though, because, again, his shooting and his defense can complement star players, can complement, you know what I'm saying, other guys on the bench, providing, you know what I'm saying, that such balance. Also, you know what I'm saying, if we were talking about, like, switchable defender, remember I mentioned that earlier. Yes, he could do that. He could switch on roles on different guys. And, like, again, out of all the 3 guys that I've talked about so far, this guy, of course, can be the guy that's the more fluent guy who can be put into the switching defender role and just all that, you know. I don't want to continue to round because I feel like I'm about to go on for about 30 minutes with you guys. And I just want to, you know, so just give you guys just the lowdown and everything. So, the biggest question now before I get up out of here, which guy would I want and why? For the fit for the Hawks, I have to say I hate it because, again, I'm supposed to be looking at only 6'11" guys and higher, 7-footers. But Rashir Fleming caught my eye. Here's a combination, again, like I said, defensive versatility, shooting. He can help the Hawks with, you know, strategic, you know, as an offenses, switching defenders, floor spacing. He can do it. You know, so he can be one of those wing players. If we're talking about you want offensive versatility, rebounding, providing depth, basketball IQ, and you know, some playmaking in the front court, you got to go Max Raynaud. If they took Rashir Fleming and Max Raynaud, I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad. And my thing is, I'm not getting on Derrick Quin. If they take him too, there's things that you can do with Derrick Quin. But honestly, for me, he's third on this list for me if I'm taking anybody. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Quin is a baller. Again, I'm just thinking about the fit for the Atlanta Hawks, guys. That's all. And I just don't know if that's the guy that we will want on this team, especially after those combine numbers and thinking about how that's going to transition to the NBA. Okay, like I said, my conclusion: Rashir Fleming and Max Raynaud. If that's 13 and 22, I'm not mad at all. It doesn't matter which combination you get it. If you can get that, that's nice. But I will say this too: I'm still on the Hassan Yang train. I still am. So I'm still not forgetting about him. But guys, you know what I'm saying? I've been rambling. Well, not rambling, but you know what I mean. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here. Peace and blessings to you all, and to you all, I'll holler.